Innervision, taking you to a new level of Christian radio. www.innervisionrecords.org, the official website of Innervision.
Send us feedback, requests.
Help spread the word about local musicians. We are Inner FM.
Innervision FM. I'm getting my mic together and getting the camera together. I'm get it on the stand here. This is the setup. Get this choir going in the background. I am going to end that right now. Get the audience clapping. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay. Anyway, if you're listening to the Innervision FM, you know what I'm talking about. But if you're just catching us on Skype, you may be saying, "Oh, what do you?" No, if you're just catching us on Skype and on the YouTube, you're wondering like, what are you talking about? But for those who are listening through the Innervision FM broadcast.com, innervisionfm.com, you know what we're talking about. Welcome to another night. This is Johnny J in the house, and thank you guys for joining us here. And a little bit in the middle of this program, we're going to give a shout out to our viewers that are watching. And okay, as you guys know, on the inbox, I invited you to come to the show tonight, and but I didn't tell you about the first topic because I just got to watching the movie Queen, and I grew up in that era, so I'm going to tell you something that you're gonna think to yourself, Johnny is very naive, But before that, Innervision is a non-profit organization. We work with physically challenged musical artists to teach the business of music. And that business is showcasing their music, getting their music on radio, getting their music into the top 200 Billboard as well. And just all in all, just being a stepping stone to artists to help them get their music out there and in the public eye. You can go to our website, innervisionrecords.org, and if you want to support our nonprofit organization, you can go to paypal.me/innervisiondenver, and you can donate any amount that you want. But this month we're trying to build up 100 donors at $10 a piece. Or whatever you want to donate. And we're also decided that we're looking for some corporations to donate some money as well, because we want to do a festival. Tony Romo helped us in one of those festivals, and I think that was the most successful one that we did so far. And we had a lot of help from the church in the city. And I'm going to be going out to some churches and seeing if they can help us out. If you have any ideas of the musical content, then we want you to let us know as well. But anyway, let me get to this Queen movie first, and then we'll talk more about the festival. Well, okay, so I go to the movie, and I'm thinking like it's going to be like a concert or just music, and I'm not thinking like it's going to be a real movie. So when my wife asked me, do I want to have the audio description, I said, nah, come on, it's just going to be a bunch of music. That's it. I didn't realize that they put the life story of Freddie Mercury in this. I'm thinking like, he's the lead thing, and you guys, I'm gonna tell you something. That you're gonna say, Johnny, you are so nice. You're so naive, and you would be right, because I've done this before, and so I knew the name was Queen, but I didn't have any idea that had anything to do with any sexuality, any addressing, like a tongue-in-cheek kind of way of saying, oh, the lead singer, Freddie Mercury, is gay. I mean, I knew towards the end that, he was gay, whatever. But, I liked the music and so forth, and I really didn't think much about it, And then in the movie, it really points out that fact that, he says, in one part he says, I'm the only drama queen in Queen, And I'm thinking like, wow, okay, because I wasn't. And then when the reporters like really got him, say, we want to know what's your sexuality? What are you? Who are you? And he says no, and he kept saying, I just want to talk about the music, and this, what I'm creating. Forget about my sexuality, and so naive me, I sort of didn't even think about the name Queen. And then like other groups around at that time, Cinderella. Now at that time I had an operation. I was getting corneal transplants, and I would, overnight would have like 20/30 vision. So I saw the album cover with Cinderella, and with the lipstick and the big poofy hair. And, now should I also think that parts of the members or some of the members of the group Cinderella were gay as well? And just that, I guess, I don't know, because, I've had members of my family, people in my family that were gay, and then I have friends that were gay. And this is like kind of funny to me. When I was 17, before it got out about the Catholic priests were molesting the boys, the choir boys and so forth, we had this guy that used to call in this talk show, KWBZ talk show and KOA talk show, and they used to call him Padre. And everybody just loved Padre because he was such a godly man, and he was such like a symbol of a respectability, and Padre was this. And he would call it the talk shows, and they'd say, oh yeah, Padre, and people would just respect him based on he wore a collar, and he was now a retired priest. And I used to go on this, it was a dating line for teens. And I think I was like 17 at the time. And 17 or 18. Yeah, 17, not 18. Yeah, 17. And I would, I'm looking for, other 17-year-old girls. But I noticed on this line, sometimes there were guys that were 27. And they were, sometimes there were women that were 23. And so it was a party line that you just called, and it was just an open line that everybody could hear everybody like through, and it was like a busy tone, like did, and you had to talk to people in between that. And sometimes people would just be a voyeur, like a little bit of voyeurism, and just listen to other people's conversation when people thought that they were alone in the line, right? So one day I'm talking, and I used to go by the name of JJ. And so because I'm blind, I hear voices like you might see a face. And one day, as I'm looking for some girls on the line, who knows, that I started getting trolled, that's today's world, by Padre, and Padre yells out, JJ, I love you. And I'm thinking like,
oh my God.
I'm a very popular guy. Once again, very naive, right? I'm thinking, hey, a fan of JJ, he's heard rumors that, I'm the ladies' man or whatever, whatever my big-headed fantasy is. Yeah, once again, very naive. And maybe, I don't know if it's blindness or what that makes you naive or naive like me, or if it's a choice to be naive. So I gave him my mom's number. So I said, yeah, I hear this guy on the talk show. But I wasn't going to tell him that I know your voice from the talk show. You're the respectable Padre that I hear on the talk show. And I'm wondering, like, what is this 53-year-old man doing on a line that is mostly 17, 16, 15, and 14-year-old young people on this line? And I often wonder, like, when I hear people that were 27 and 23 on the line. But, you get older and then you sort of understand, there are people out there looking. So then Padre gets on the line with me, and he says, JJ, I can come pick you up. And he starts talking to me, and I started to get the feeling like, now I know what women feel like when guys like out the window say, "Hey baby, you're looking pretty," and and you don't even know that guy, or they whistle at you, or they say, "Hey baby, this is what I'll do." Construction workers. I don't want to give construction workers a bad name, and so the Padre went on to say what he could do for me and how great I would feel. Now, maybe if we were in a Catholic setting and there was no way out, he could entrap a person like me in this kind of thing. But since I'm sitting in the comfort of my mother's home, I had to let the Padre know that Johnny didn't swing that way. And I said, and he said, and this is a funny thing when he says, "Johnny, and nobody will know," right? And then in my mind, I'm thinking like, "Fool," that was the word back then. I would know. And I told him, I said, and I almost said Padre, but I stopped myself. I would know. And I hung up on the guy, right? And he never called. And usually run-ins with gay guys I've had, like when I worked at clubs. Once they know that you're not down with it, they, in my part, they back off. Now, in the case of Freddie Mercury, this guy named Paul, who was, we have users in the heterosexual community, users in the homosexual community, and I don't want to, spoil the movie for anybody that hasn't seen it, but when the guy Paul, I thought he was first. I thought he was a member of the band, and then I understand. No, when Freddie was on the road and stuff like that, this was his turn two guy, and so it was kind of interesting that the line of who is to be trusted and who's not to be trusted, who's your friend and who's not your friend, really was blurred, because you don't know the intent of people, and also jealousy, heterosexual, homosexual jealousy can play a big part in someone saying, "Oh, well, yeah, you people out there, they love you, but I want to just keep you to myself, and I'll circumvent anybody else, connecting with you because I want to use you." And Jesus had his people in his camp that wanted to use him, Judas Iscariot, and he knew who Judas Iscariot was. And at the Last Supper, when he says, one of you is going to pray, one of you is going to do something really bad to me. And the guys looked around and said, "Is it me, Lord? Is it me?" And Jesus was the kind of guy, and I don't know how many of the other guys can be like this, that he treated everybody so equally that you didn't even know that Judas was the man. And so when he dipped his bread into the wine, and Jesus says, "Go quickly and do what you're going to do," everybody thought, well, he's gonna go take care of the money bag, or all that kind of stuff. They didn't know that Jesus knew that Judas was going to go out and do what he did. So a lot of this movie, you're going to see, if you read the Bible, you're going to see some of those parallels and just some interesting things. His father gave him some good advice, and it took him a while to learn that. And I know, man, if you're a big rock star and you got people kissing up to you and yes men, and you're young and you were a misfit, and believe me, I know what it's like to be a misfit in this society, in this world. And it wasn't bad enough that you were born African American, but you got born. And when I was in grade school, I was trying to figure out, why do all these white kids hate me? I mean, what did I do to them? Did I rape their mom? Did I rape their sister? No. What are these things going on? So it's like you got to figure out, like, why are these people hating me? Oh, it's the color of my skin. Wow. It's like, wow. It's like like a leopard, I can change my spots, but is that just enough? And so, he went through some stuff, and he met other people that went through some things, but if you were, somehow the right skin tone, in some cases you can just change your name or something like that. And if you're light enough to pass, you can, pretend that you're not who they say you might be. The reporters caught wind of certain things, and they were asking Freddie, is this true? We have heard these things. Is it true? And so it took over the music, and believe me, creative people, when they get a chance to create and they have the tools to create, man, they can come up with some fascinating things. And sometimes creative people, lives are not as perfect as we may think it is. You got all the money in the world, you got all this, and sometimes that is not enough to make you immune to criticism, immune to just choices that you made in life, immune to not seeing the light when darkness is all around you. And this movie, what can I say? The guys, they did a good 2 hours and 15 minutes. It didn't even seem like that. And I'm going to wait for the movie to come out on Netflix so I can see the audio described part. Because on Netflix it only cost me like what, $8, $9 a month. Yeah. Anyway, so I'm going to wait for it to come out on Netflix so I can, like in the Black Panther. When I watched that with audio description, it really opened up the movie. And okay, before I get, I want to talk about a little bit about the festival that we are generating, and I want to give a shout out to people that are here now. Daniel Petron, thank you for watching. Dwight March, thank you for watching. Leslie Roth is watching. Keith Logan is watching. Michael Watson is watching. Scott Scudifus is watching. And many more. We'll watch it later on. And I ask you to share this, because I'm always going to tell you some humorous stories, because after you live for so long, you got stories to tell, right? And if you guys can relate to that, leave your comments down below. The phone line is open, 720-324-7278, 720-324-7278. And you guys are probably wondering, what are we going to go? Well, if we call in, what would we say, Johnny? When you were a teenager, and even maybe now, you're a little bit naive. But anyway, the festival. I am working on the festival in August, maybe the second Saturday in August from noon to 7. We're working on a list of artists that we want to be there. And if you know any local artists and you think that they should be on the bill, we want to do that. What we're going to do is, because we're a nonprofit, and we at this time we don't have the money to pay the artist. If we are to film it, we need some funding. So there's several ways we could do it. If we get corporate funding, which could be like $500 to $1,000 or more, to sponsor this, in La Alma Park. That's La Alma Park, located here in the middle of downtown Denver. Is La Alma Park, off of 13th and 13th Street, right? 13th and Mariposa. We want to do it there because we had very good success there. If you have another location you think you might say, hey, let's do it over there. I'm open for suggestions, because about 2-3 months before we finalize this, we're going to get the permit, which is not that much money, and we're going to but we're going to have the money in place so we can have this paid for. So either we are charged like each artist like $50, and that will help with the filming of this event, or we'll get corporate sponsorship, or you as our viewers, if you want to get a tax break this year for next year, you can go to our website, innervisionrecords.org, and donate on either $10 level, $25, $50 level, $500 level if you're a business or corporation, or if you just roll that way, you can do that, because these things cost money. And then of course we're gonna we may get maybe one, maybe two vendors, serving two opposite things. That would be for that neighborhood. And then we need people to help us pass out flyers in that area as well. Because as you know, Lama Park has the swimming pool right there. So, and the gym is there as well. If you've ever been over there, if you haven't, that's what it is. And some people say, well, why don't you do it at Washington Park? Well, if I'm open right now because we haven't put down the money. We haven't raised the money yet to do this. And like I said, we did one in 2012 was our first one. Then 2013, which was our most successful one, and then 2014, and then we just dropped off for the last few years because I just got married and got my wife here and needed to settle down in that persuasion and not do so much out of my pocket, but really go out there and seek donors for this. So we are really, if you are good at going to businesses and so forth, we have the paperwork. Yes, we have the paperwork. Way back from the day when we used to do it, we had the paperwork for that, and we can train you in that, and where you can make some phone calls. We have numbers of businesses, and we definitely need people to be a part of our phone bank to make phone calls. If you know a business and you want to go out there physically and you're that kind of person that can go face to face, we had a volunteer that she went out and she got a restaurant to donate like $100, and so we want to make this festival happen. I got an idea of the musical content, but like I said, right now is open. So what kind of food would you like to have at this festival? You can leave your comments down here. What kind of music? And like I said, I have my ideas, but it will not be any gangster rap. I apologize, but we're not going to hire a bunch of policemen to babysit, the gangsters. Okay, so we want this to be a family-friendly event. And if you're a gangster and you watch this and you say, well, why can't we have gangsters where we can shoot at each other? Well, Innervision just doesn't roll that way. So you just got to find another way to, shoot at each other and do that kind of stuff, negative stuff, because the festivals that we have done has been a very positive thing, and the City and County of Denver has thanked us for keeping it real and keeping it peaceful. And we want to continue that feel. Give us your thoughts, and we thank you guys for watching Innervision FM, and don't let too many people know that how naive Johnny is. I can hear you guys talking tomorrow morning in the office. I know this guy, this blind guy that. Okay. Anyway, well, things happen. Anyway, Innervision is a non-profit organization. We work with physically challenged musical artists. Thank you for watching. Go to our website, innervisionrecords.org. Go to our radio station, innervisionfm.com, and show your support with going to our PayPal account, which is paypal.me/InnervisionDenver. Make those donations, and thank you for joining us tonight. And because this is an interactive show, one night we want you guys to call in. So God bless. We'll see you Tuesday. So Merry Christmas, and catch us on KUHS Denver this coming Sunday from 1 to 3 for our Christmas show. And what more can I say? Go to our website for more information. God bless.
Isn't it fun to sing along to the radio? If you could help someone else have that same experience and take it to the next level, maybe you would consider donating an old car, RV, truck, or boat. You know, for over 15 years, Innervision has been helping the physically challenged and grassroots artists to create their music. Using music to heal the world is Innervision's gift to you, and you can help them to continue by donating your unwanted car, RV, truck, or boat. You'll also receive a tax deduction at the end of the year. Call us 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, 1-855-500-7433. That's 1-855-500-7433. Charity ID 4015. Your unwanted car, RV, truck, or boat is tax deductible, and it can make a difference right here in Colorado. The artists at Innervision thank you for your support. Make that call toll-free using Innervision's Charity ID 4015. Again, the phone number 1-855-500-7433.